going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. I hope you guys had a great weekend, a great holiday. Yeah. Hope you guys made it through it safe. Hope everyone's doing well. Sashina, I have not seen them, but I'll definitely go check them out. Absolutely go check them out. All right. Anyways, I've got some court. I've got a bunch of randomness tonight. As I've been telling you the last couple days, court's been closed for 4 days. Well, most courts have been closed for 4 days. So I've been digging into the vault, trying to find the most interesting cases I can. Doing that 4 nights in a row. Well, yeah. We're kind of working on fumes here. They're still interesting. Just yeah. I'm kind of talking in circles. My Bengals lost. I'm a little down. Kind of put the nail in the coffin for the season for the Bengals today. Anyways, you're not here to hear me complain about the Bengals. You're here to watch some court. So let's watch some court. All right. The first one we have is Judge O'Donnell. He's up in the Cleveland area. I never remember exactly where he's at. I know he's somewhere close to Cleveland. And yeah, that's about it. So we're going to start there. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
And then later, methamphetamine. You understand that charge?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Second, submitted a sample October 9, tested positive for methamphetamine. You understand that charge?
Yes.
Mr. Matthews?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Vance would like to waive his right to a final hearing and enter a plea of guilty to the violation.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
What's your plea to the charges?
Guilty, sir.
I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. What's the point of all this? You were here July 24th, sentenced on these 3 counts, one being fentanyl, put on community control for 3 years. After I'd had you twice before and sent you to prison twice.
No, you sent me once.
Told you to go to Signature Health for a dual diagnosis.
Yes.
You're in here on August 7th, 2 weeks later, waiving a probable cause violation. Finalized on September 4, put you back on community control. And then you're testing positive 3 weeks later. What in the world is the problem?
I don't know. I need to stay away from drugs.
Well, why didn't you go to Signature Health
I
like
did.
I told? Well, when?
Right after you told me to, I went. I'm on my mental health meds.
Uh-huh.
They got me on those, and then I was waiting to do the drug assessment, and they just came in while I was here in the jail and did my drug assessment for me, and got me scheduled to be on ILP.
Okay. And in the meantime, you're taking more meth.
I was in a really bad four-wheeler accident, and I got high afterwards
Why?
because I was in a lot of pain at the
And
time of the accident.
meth eases your pain?
I thought it would. It didn't help.
Well, you're taking the meth because you like to take the meth. That's why you're taking the meth. Where are you getting the meth?
That didn't, the day of the four-wheeler accident, we were at a big party. I don't know who gave it.
You were in a bad four-wheel accident and in a lot of pain. What are you doing at a party?
That's how I got in the accident, and we were at the party the day of the accident.
All right, where'd you get the meth?
From somebody there. I don't even know who.
On the day of the accident.
Yes, sir.
So when they took you to the hospital, they take you to the hospital?
The next day I went to the hospital.
Okay. And then, so the meth you got from the party, how'd you get in a four-wheeler accident?
We were racing and the front wheel
After
came.
you were taking meth, you were
No.
racing on a four-wheeler?
No, I was sober when I was racing the four-wheeler.
Okay.
And then
So,
the wheel
so
came off
you're-
of it.
the meth you took on, that led to the violation when you were here August 7th was from the party?
No.
All right,
August-
okay. Let's try this again.
August 7th.
September 30th, you test positive for meth, right? September 30th.
I guess, yeah.
Where'd you get the meth?
That was at the party.
Who'd you get it from at the party?
Some guy at the party.
Who?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I
Whose
don't know.
party was it?
It was a big cookout.
Whose
I
party
was
was
invited
it?
by my daughter-in-law.
So whose party was it?
I don't know whose party.
Okay.
But
So when was the four-wheeler accident?
that Sunday,
What date?
I don't know what the date was, sir. I really don't know what the date was. It was Sunday. I crashed. I got high afterwards, and then I went to the hospital on Monday.
Wait, didn't he just say he did meth at the party? Or he got it at the party? Maybe he just said he got it at the party. Then he got in an accident. Then he did it. So something doesn't really make sense here. And I said this the last time I covered someone that said that they got it at a party. How does that come up in conversation? And I'm guessing that if you're hanging out with those kind of people, you kind of understand, the party favors of the party. But how does that work at a cookout? Hey, man, these hot dogs are great. Yeah, these hot dogs are great. You want some meth? Yeah, let's do some meth. How does that come up? It blows my mind. It really does.
Your Honor, his hospital paperwork is from 10/7, so that would make the party 10/6. And his urine screen, his first positive was from 9:30.
Okay, so on 9:30, you took meth
I
that
didn't-
wasn't from the
I
party.
didn't even know
What?
I didn't know I failed.
Okay, well, where'd you get the meth from that time?
A friend of mine,
Who?
Roger
Roger who?
Gossett.
Gossett?
Yes.
So why did you take meth on that occasion?
I don't know. I don't have a reason. I don't have an explanation.
Well, because you wanted to take it.
Because I wanted
right?
to, yes.
Okay. So what's the point of probation? You're not gonna comply with it. I mean, you're 0 for 2 since July 24th. What's the point?
Big N, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I appreciate it. Sorry I didn't hang out in your stream terribly long. I didn't hang out very long tonight. I'm feeling a little down. The Bengals lost. Yeah. So I kind of didn't really feel like peopling, but gave myself a little pep talk, We're gonna do this. I love hanging out with you guys, so we're gonna do this. But yeah. But Biggin, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it, my friend. You haven't really missed much yet. This is a hearing where this guy, he's a drug addict, and his drug of choice is meth. Yeah, and he got it at a barbecue. Yeah, went to a friend's barbecue, hung out, ate some burgers, some hot dogs, and got some meth. So that's where we're at right now. Oh yeah, he got into an accident. He was in a four-wheeler race, got into an accident. And he took the drug to hide the pain. That's his story as of now. Okay, let's go.
I don't know. I'm really trying.
Well, you're not trying. If you were trying, you wouldn't be here twice since July 24th. You can say you're trying all you want, but you're not trying. Because if you were trying, you wouldn't be hanging around with Roger getting meth and taking it.
You're right.
That's a lack of trying. I mean, what are you, 50?
Yeah.
Ain't you a little old for this shit?
Yeah, I'm really old for this shit.
And don't you have a new child?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you care about the new child?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then what are you doing to show that?
Right.
When do you
I'm fucking up.
when do you decide, if you're ever going to take responsibility for you.
Yeah, peeps, this court is always low volume. I have stopped raising the volume when I'm editing the clips with this court because this judge likes to yell. And when he yells, it comes through really loud when I turn the volume up. So yeah, headphone warning. It is better to listen to headphones. It is slightly low. I do agree.
Now, I would think, okay, silly me, all right? You were here in July and I put you on probation after sending you to prison twice. What a dope I must be. And Ms. Randazzo reminds me that I probably did that because of the new child and the trouble that the mother was having. That's probably why I did it, but man, that was stupid. And apparently I was more concerned about that than you were. Because you're right out there again doing the meth. And then you do it again. And there's no doubt in my mind that next time you get out, you're going to do it again. Because that's what you like to do. Everybody else be damned. I mean, you can shake your head no, but man, I mean, I'm looking at it. Where'd you get the fentanyl from in this case originally?
I didn't even know there was fentanyl in it.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was meth.
You thought it was meth. So meth is showing up in fentanyl. You don't know it. You find out on these charges.
Yes, sir.
And those charges relate to, I think, early 24. So you find out they're throwing the fentanyl in the meth. In your incident from September of 23, that doesn't deter you at all. You keep taking meth. Did you have any idea whether that meth, all these other times, had fentanyl in it?
No, sir.
You didn't really care, though, did you?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Matthews?
Thank you, Your Honor. While Mr. Vance has been incarcerated, Signature Health did come in and do a full assessment of him to determine the appropriate course of treatment regarding his usage of meth. In a letter addressed to the court, which I have provided, Signature Health believes that participation in their intensive outpatient program would be the appropriate course of conduct, and I believe that the letter outlines that there is a timeline for that to begin should the court elect to give him that opportunity. Thank you.
How many days does he have in?
On the violation 43, overall 128.
Now, Mr. Matthews gave me that letter from Signature Health, and I got to tell you, that's the silliest goddamn recommendation I've seen in a long time. To think that you would go out and go to IOP and comply after this series of events in the last 4 months. So you're not amenable to community control. On each of the counts, I'm going to sentence you to 12 months in prison. They'll be concurrent to each other with credit for 128 days. And the costs are assessed when you get out. You might be on post-release control for up to 2 years with conditions. If you violate the conditions, the parole authority could return you to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. If the violation is a new felony, you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for the violation, the maximum of which will be the greater of 12 months or the time left under post-release control. Anything else, Mr. Matthews?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. That was a fun one to start with. I mean, yeah, fun, right? Vic, thank you so much for the super chat. Late fee, sorry. Vikings won. Vikings did win. I hope all your NFL teams won today. I really do. As long as, we don't get any Steelers fans in here rubbing it in my face. You guys won. let's move on. All right. What is the next clip? Let's watch
W
the
00.
next. Oh, this one. This is now these two court hearings. There's two back to back. They're not the most exciting court hearings. I have them in for a very specific reason, and you're gonna have to watch. I don't want to spoil it. You got to watch to figure out why I have these in. It's hilarious. This guy is probably the slickest person I've ever seen in court on YouTube.
02244 B and C 16W001855, 14W003590, and 14W003571. These are all the matters of Bria Gordon. Ms. Gordon, can you please hit *6 to unmute and state your name for the record?
All right, don't pay attention to Bria. Pay attention to the guy on the screen. That's what you need to be watching right now. This is hilarious.
Hello, yes, Bria Gordon.
Okay, thank you. So today is the date and time set for show cause hearings in these matters. What I am seeing is a total balance in all of these that is $1,629. Okay, so when do you think you can have this paid off? Do you need to enter a payment plan? What is the situation?
Yeah, I just need some more time. I got a lot going on. I just need some more time.
Okay.
Yo, bro, you're on camera, man. You know what just went through his mind? It's like, oh man, I just saw this on YouTube. I just saw that one judge throw the guy in jail because he was driving and he didn't have a license. Let me jump over to the passenger seat real quick while my camera's on. I was laughing so hard when I saw this. It's just like, dude, turn your camera off, jump over there. It's not even your case. You don't need to have your camera on right now. I'm still laughing about it. But yeah, this case is nothing exciting. And then I kept his case in just so you guys could see what happened.
Can I get a blank ROA? Okay, so what I am going to do is set you for another court date, January 15th.
Okay. Actually,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
So, and at that point, so long as the balance is less than 1629, you're in good shape. Otherwise, we're going to start talking about a hearing in front of the judge.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So that's going to be January 15th, 2025. That will be at 1:30 in the afternoon over Zoom in front of me. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And just so that you are aware, it looks like you do have three bench warrants. You've got one out of the 52-1 district court, that's in Novi, one out of the 35th district court, and one out of the 14A2 district court, that's the one in downtown Ypsilanti.
Yeah. You said the second one, what's that? Is that Canton?
Yes, I believe it is, sorry.
Wow. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I didn't, okay.
Yes, yep, the 35th district is indeed Canton. So, okay. So just reach out to those courts, so you can get those straightened out. All right.
Yep. Okay, I will.
Okay, thank you. Then if you don't have any other questions, you are free to sign out of Zoom.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now we have this guy's case. The part that I showed was the best part of the video of this clip, just so you know. But I wanted to keep this in just so you know what happened to him. Hey, what's up, Erica? I heard a rumor. I don't remember who told me, but I heard a rumor that you smell like stale bubblegum. No idea where that came from, but somebody whispered in my ear once. I'm joking, Erica. Good to see you. 12 strings. Did you see the clip I played a couple months ago of Magistrate Brightly as an attorney?
Mr.
She had a
Thomas,
real-
I'll be right with you.
She had really short hair, and it was, I think it might have been, it was colored. It wasn't brown. I think it might have been blonde, maybe, with a little color in it, like blue or I don't remember, but it was really, really short.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been it hasn't gone above 35 here in
Okay.
Ohio today.
Now calling
not where
case
I'm
number
at.
24T00391. This is Ypsilanti Township versus Kiani Thomas. Can I have appearances for the record, please?
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Kiani Thomas asked that the citation be read into the record and stand mute. We'll address a bond when ready.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Thomas, state your name for the record, please. I think he froze. Mr.
Kiani
Thomas?
Thomas.
Thank you. Okay, I stopped your video because that can help with your connection, okay? Are you able to hear me? Mr. Thomas, are you able to hear me? Okay, Mr. Thomas, just keep your camera off for now, but can you please unmute? Okay,
Yes.
there we go. Okay. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So what I have here is a misdemeanor complaint that charges that on or about May 19th of 2023, you did operate
That's hilarious. That might be the best joke of the night.
a motor vehicle while under the influence of a controlled substance. You operated the motor vehicle upon Harry Street, a place open to the general public or generally accessible to motor vehicles, while under the influence of controlled substances, that being THC. That's a misdemeanor with a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine with court costs, or both. Do you understand all of that?
Yes. But also I wanted to
Well,
know.
Okay. You should probably wait to talk to an attorney before you ask questions, anything related. So, and here, you have the right to remain silent because anything that you say out loud or in writing can be used against you in court. You have the right to be presumed innocent beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial by judge or by jury. You have the right to be represented by an attorney during all stages of these court proceedings, that is before, during, and after trial. And You are not required to disclose citizenship status to the court, but you do have the right to consult with an attorney to see if this case would have any effect on your citizenship status. If that does not apply to you, then do not worry about it. So, do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Attorney White, you've already put your appearance on, and I believe you said that you are standing mute.
That is correct.
Okay. And do you wish to address bond?
Yes, Mr. Thomas is here voluntarily. We are asking for, well, he does have a charge against him, so he has appeared in court, and we are asking for a PR bond.
Okay. Thank you. So, Mr. Thomas, the court will
Yes.
set a date and time for a pre-trial conference. That will be January 22nd, 2025. That will be at 9 in the morning over Zoom before Judge Washington.
Okay.
The court will set bond with the following conditions. You are not to use or possess alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. You are not to leave the state of Michigan without the court's permission. You are not to engage in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever. Within the next 24 hours, you are to report to community corrections for drug and alcohol testing. You will need $12 and a photo ID. And you are to report, you are to appear for any and all dates set for you by the court. That includes, of course, the January 22nd Zoom hearing at 9 a.m. That also means going to community corrections within the next 24 hours. Do you have any questions about anything I just said?
No.
Okay, thank you. And Attorney White, I assume that someone from your office will be in touch with Mr. Thomas, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So if you have any further questions about the process, I would suggest that you wait until you speak with an attorney, okay?
Okay.
Can I
Okay.
confirm your number ends in 7771?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Then if you don't have any questions about anything that I just said, you are free to sign out of Zoom.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, was a bond set?
Thank you. I don't think I did. So the court is setting a personal recognizance bond at this time. So basically that means you are promising to show up for your court date and promising to abide by all the bond conditions. If you fail to appear or if you violate any bond conditions, a bench warrant may issue for your arrest.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. If you don't have any further questions, you're free to hang up.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he has a suspended license or not. I have no idea. His charge was a DUI of some sort or DUI equivalent. Yeah, no idea why he decided to do that, but it was funny. So I want to throw it in there so I can clip it. I'm going to clip that, and then when someone does something stupid in court, I'm going to play it. I thought it was funny. All right, let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. What is next?
He also suspended.
I got to throw in some Judge Simpson. I've got a bunch of random Judge Simpson clips, so I was like, you know what? It's Sunday. We haven't had Judge Simpson in, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. So, yeah, we'll get a little taste of Judge Simpson.
Do not believe that any conflict exists. Waiver for witness of all doubt.
Thank you. Mr. Brown.
Good morning, Your Honor. I was a little concerned. I had to shave again and everything. Colin Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender. We likewise do not believe that a conflict exists in this honorable court hearing these matters. If a conflict were to arise, we'd waive such conflict so that
He's a new judge. He just started a couple months ago. He's funny. He's a likable guy. I think he's gonna have a great career as a judge. But he's brand new. Also, good to see you, buddy.
if this honorable court could hear these matters.
Thank you, sir. The court also does not believe there's a conflict either in Michigan court rules or the cases decided thereunder. To the extent a conflict does exist, given the waivers, the court will consent to hear the matters. Court calls the case, People State of Michigan versus Dean Baldwin.
Ashley Lonnie for the people.
Colin Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender, appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Baldwin, who appears by Zoom. Mr. Baldwin, please state your name for the record.
Mr. Dean Antron Baldwin.
Okay, there he is. All right.
We are set this morning for probable cause conference. The people are going to be filing a nollie in this case. I expect it'll be to the court before the end of the week.
All right. Any objection?
No objection.
This case is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Honorable Judge, so the case is dismissed?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's what I ordered. You want me to do something different?
No. I just got one question, sir. I've been in here 38 days past my ERD. I would like to know how many business days will it take for y'all to fax the information over to the prison?
To get it over to where?
How to fax the final disposition today of the case being dismissed? How many business days will it take for y'all to fax it to the prison so I can be released? Because I'm past my ERD.
Gotcha.
And this is the only reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when can we get a nollie pross down today?
I think that's very likely.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know that. They're gonna get the nollie pross down to me. I'll sign off on it. It'll be in the file. Now, how it gets to anybody, I don't know. But
okay,
we'll do what we need to do on our end.
Thank you so much, Judge Simpson. It's good to see you. I watch you on court cam all the time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we watch them all the time too, just not on court cam. We watch them on Cool and Colin. Yeah.
Court calls case People versus Stephen Burnell.
Ashley Lonnie for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Edward Drukas on behalf of Stephen Burnell.
Now, can you state your name? Camera shut off. Oh, it did. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened to his camera, so it's unmuted.
Mr. Burnell, can you hear us? I don't know what happened. His screen went black. Camera's on. He's unmuted, and I can't hear him. So let me pass it, and can we try to send a message there? We can. Yeah, can we then do that and see? Maybe they know, maybe they don't. Court calls the case, People versus Robert Heft.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amy Rise on behalf of the people.
Good morning.
I'm Deputy Chief Public Defender, appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Heft, who appears by Zoom. Mr. Heft,
Robert,
please
we're here for
state
you.
your name for the record.
Monkey. What monkey?
Mr. Heft, can you state your name for the record, please?
Robert Gregory Heft.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for the competency review. The last report we received was that Mr. Heft is still incompetent. That would have been dated in August. Does the court have any updated report?
We have a report dated November 12th. Has counsel received that one?
Is that fish monkey? Is that the 10-foot? Is that the 10-foot monkey that wants to swim?
We'll be right with you, Mr. Heft.
Hang on, Mr. Heft. Hold on, Mr. Heft. Hold on a second.
Do you want to take a minute to review this?
Sure.
Yes. Counsel approach.
Better run through the jungle.
What happened? We're back on the record in the Heft matter. Council has reviewed the report.
Your Honor, we have had a chance to review the report. That's dated November 12th. It's a finding that my client remains incompetent. We have no further evidence to present to the court.
All right.
And we would just ask that the order continue that he received treatment to become competent. And Mr. Brown and I we would follow up after Colin's hearing to make sure he is receiving that treatment after all.
That is correct.
Having no additional evidence, the court would find that the defendant remains incompetent to stand trial. I'll set a competency review hearing for 90
February 20th, 9 a.m.
to 220. February 20th, 2025, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond will continue. Thank you.
All right. I'm not going to make too many comments about that. Mo, yeah, absolutely. Let me know how that goes. And good luck to you. I hope everything goes well. All right. We're going to stay in Simpson's court. I think there's at least one more Simpson, if not two. I think the next one's the farmer. Hold on. I'm just going to let it play for 1 second to see if it's.
Court calls case People versus Russell Exelby.
Yep. This is the farmer. Okay. I somehow accidentally deleted this guy's first appearance, and I was searching hard for it, trying to find it to put it in this video. But this is a farmer who had a scram tether on. So the scram tether goes around your ankle, detects alcohol in your body by way of your sweat, right? I think most of us know that by now. But he's a farmer, and he got a probation violation or a bond violation. I don't remember which one of the two. I think it might have been bond. But he got a tampering because he said that something about the tether was messing with him while he was working his fields. So he put his sock underneath the tether or something of that sort. So instead of going to jail, Judge Simpson allowed him to take the breathalyzer instead of the ankle monitor. Yeah, that was a week before this happened. And now he's back in orange. So, yeah, what do you think happened? Here we go.
Testimony for people.
Your Honor, Michael Vincent on behalf of Russell Exelby.
Your name, sir?
Russell Exelby.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today's date for PCC and a violation.
Yes.
I've talked to Mr. Exelby. Mr. Exelby went over to his friend's house and was drinking, despite the fact he's not supposed to be drinking. You're admitting to that, correct?
Yes. Made a mistake, a big mistake.
He is now being treated, where are you going for?
A Stillwater counseling.
Stillwater counseling now. And I've advised him in the strongest terms to stay 100 feet away from even a sign advertising alcohol. I would hope court would let him out.
Okay, well, first of all, what are we doing with the case?
We're going to need to adjourn PC. There is an offer that I need to explore with him in some detail and further talk with Ms. Landy.
As to then what I will do is I'll adjourn the probable cause conference to December 5th. Might work.
Is that good, man?
She's looking. Offer back. Man, we didn't even look at you when I put the date. I looked right at her.
So I noticed.
Oh, Pete.
Stay the hell off the phone too. Don't talk on the phone.
She's the 12th.
The 12th. December 12th, 2024, 9 a.m. All right. Esteban.
All right, before he goes into bond, yeah, I've made that joke a couple of times, CE, that he just seems like he needs to retire. The Judge Simpson messes with him, but always talks to his assistant. So an assistant pretty much follows him around all day and is in charge of his calendar. So that was the joke. Judge Simpson doesn't even talk to Vincent about, planning. He talks to his assistant. but he just had a really good. I mean, he's still a really good attorney. He's still really sharp. He had a really good defense against a guy that. It was a Judge Washington case that I covered a couple weeks ago. The follow-up's actually this week. I'm not going to go into details about it, but let's just say he turned this into from almost an instant jail sentence to let's have another hearing on it. So he's still really good. He's just he's just getting up there in age.
Miss, as to the violations.
I do understand the defendant is admitting to drinking. The concern of the people, I'm sure as the court recalls as we were here, this is an OWI third. The defendant had been placed on a scram alcohol tether to continuously monitor any potential alcohol usage. We had an alleged tamper where the defendant, through counsel, asserted that because he's a farmer, the socks were interfering with the tether.
I remember.
And requested, to be placed back on the link. At this point, people would have requested if there is going to be any release, the defendant remain on a scram tether for the duration of his bond, as long as this court has control of those conditions.
I look at it this way. I think the whole thing about it interfering, the scram tether interfering, well, Mr. Vincent made that argument in good faith. I think that was the defendant trying to do something else.
May I stand mute to those charges, Your Honor?
I understand. And I'm not.
I understand that as well, which is why I say he's making that argument through his attorney. I understand.
So I will give him a bond because right now he's sitting with no bond. I'll set his bond at $50,000 cash or surety, but I'm not releasing him. And if defendant is released, defendant has to have a scram tether prior to release.
Would the court consider a 10% on that 50,000? One would hope.
Every time I say something, he then wants me to change my mind. So that's that whole idea of negotiating against oneself, right? Back when I was a wee attorney and Mr. Vincent was helping me, Mr. Vincent always told me, never negotiate against yourself.
I'm not negotiating, I'm begging.
I'm going to take the lesson he gave me. No, I will not consider 10%.
I apologize, I couldn't hear. Was it 1-5 or 5-0?
5-0.
5-0.
How much? It's $50,000 cash or surety. You got to call a bondsman. Okay. Brother.
No, I finally found somebody older than me.
That goes with construction.
Oh, that goes with the file. Thank you.
$50,000. Judge warned him in his first hearing. He warned him. He was up there. The farmer was up there, like kind of throwing a pity party. Like, I'm a farmer. I'm in charge of all these animals. Without me being there, they're all gonna, they're all gonna pass away. I need to be on my fields. I need to be on my farm. And Judge gave him a chance. And this was a week later. It wasn't even that long. Like he didn't even make it a week on the sober link. So. Yeah, he did it to himself. Neil Morrison, thank you so much for the 9 months. That is awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. I think the next one might be Judge Simpson, or we might be moving on. Let's see. No, we're moving on. Okay. This guy, you know what? I'm going to play it. I'm going to give you my theory a little into this video. So let's go.
How about Citibank versus McMillan?
No, we're okay to proceed.
Let's do that one then. 23-2131. This is Citibank versus Ryan McMillan on behalf of Citibank.
Katie Mello for Citibank, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. And I have someone here on behalf of Ryan McMillan.
Yes, Ryan McMillan present.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you both for being here. All right, Ms. Mello, how much is the plaintiff seeking?
We're currently seeking a total of $12,118.82. That's a principal balance of $12,085.26 plus $133.56 in court costs.
I absolutely got lost. You said 12,000.
Oh, sorry.
1,200?
The principal balance is $12,085.26, but we're also seeking court costs. So that's where the 12,200.
I start 12 and then I was like 12,000, 1,200. I'm like, what?
Sorry.
No. You're great. 12,085 plus your cost of court. Anything for attorney's fees?
No attorney's fees and no post-judgment interest.
Okay, gonna seek the waive interest. All right. What is the debt from?
It was a credit card account.
Is Citibank the original holder of that debt?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, and when was the account opened?
This was opened July 17th, 2010.
And when was the last payment made?
That was December 9th, 2022.
And then was it charged off in 23?
Yes, April 14th, 2023.
This is maybe 2 weeks ago. It's been within the last 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks at at least the 15th and on. Because from the 1st to the 15th of November, I've already taken all those clips and put them into my vault. So I didn't. This was in my folder on my computer. It's not in my storage. So, so was within the last 2 weeks ish. Yeah, that's now you know what it's from. All right, let me knock some of these out. Jedi, thank you so much for the 10 months. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Jedi. That is awesome. Serena also with the 10 months. Thank you so much, Serena. I appreciate it. Thank you both.
All right. Let's see what we got from this. 64 pages.
I did have a request, if I can speak.
Just one moment, Mr. McMillan. First, they have to give me some underlying evidence. Just that she says it doesn't make it true. So now that I'm going to take a look at the 64 pages, and if they've given me something that shows a debt of $12,000, then I'll absolutely want to say, how would you respond? And then, of course, answer any questions you've got, Mr. McMillan.
Thank you.
Let's see here. So I got offer and evidence, pursuant to rule, overgrade, business records affidavit. What was it? Was it a Costco card? Is that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All the way to the end of 64 pages. All right, I see that. So this all looks to be redacted, so I'm going to share my screen. Oh, Brochet, you host, so you got to give me back for special permission.
I was muted. I'm actually going to show the paperwork here. I've looked at it. It's all redacted. I feel like there's an address on here, but I feel like it's the address of where like the return address. So it's Citibank's address. So it's a company. If you guys see anything on this that is, shouldn't be on the internet or on YouTube, please let me know instantly. And right after this stream is over, I'm going to go back and I'm going to take that out. So please let me know.
Okay. Here is a copy of the documentation that we received for a Costco Anywhere card Visa. At the top here, I can see that there's a Ryan McMillan. This card number ends 9998. So up here at the top, and then on that, I see the account balance as of April 2023 was $12,085.26. I'm not worried too much about that 26 cents. And then at the bottom, Mr. McMillan's a name for Ryan McMillan, and then all the rest has been redacted. All right. Right then. Mr. McMillan, what questions can I have? So Ms. Mello is here on behalf of Citibank, and she says that there's an outstanding balance on a Citibank card through Costco. How would you respond?
Right. I had a request for production of documents. It was last month, and that was okay. And I never got those documents.
All right. Well, we can give you a continuance if you want to review these.
What does that mean?
I mean, if you're wanting to review the documents that they're using to prove the lawsuit, so the thing I just looked at, we can absolutely give you time to go and review those documents now that they're there.
Okay. Well, I had a couple motions that I wanted to do.
What are the motions you're wanting to file? What type of motions are you making, sir?
Well, I had the motion for the request to have a detailed, everything detailed out, and I never received that.
So the law says that for them to prove a debt case, the things that they provided, those 64 pages, is all that's legally required. I can absolutely make those available to you, and I can order, it sounds like we already did, Ms. Mello, to send them to you. And once you have those documents, I can give you time to review them. Is that what you'd like, sir?
Your Honor, you had granted a discovery request in this case, but that deadline actually has not passed yet. Apparently trial was, I don't know timing of it, but it looks like our deadline to respond is the 27th. So it looks like this hearing just happened to be before our deadline
Not
was.
uncommon. We get, listen, someone wants discovery in a debt case, I'm gonna grant it, right? And then it's a matter really for the defendant to say, I need time. but typically pro se parties don't do that, and we can't assume it because they didn't actually seek a continuance. So like counsel, Ms. Mello, you probably would have sought discovery and a continuance at the same time because you needed it, but we can't, I'm not allowed to infer that for Mr. McMillan. He may not have even come today, right? But he is here and discovery is required. So Mr. McMillan, they will provide that to you, right? Ms. Mello, you have his information?
Yes.
So we give y'all time. And so then Mr. McMillan, you can look at those documents. Like I've already seen the 64 that she's shown me. She's sending you that. Take time, review it. You can seek a credit counselor, you can talk to an attorney, and then we come back. In the meantime, y'all can also talk to each other. If some settlement can be found, great. If not, then you come back to me.
Great. So then I get an extension of discovery, correct?
The discovery is still pending, Mr. McMillan. So Ms. Mello's going to send you over the things that she provided to the court.
Okay.
Right. And then once you've got them, take a look and review it. And we'll give y'all a reset date, probably about 60 days from now.
Perfect.
All right. All right, then. Parties to conduct discovery. We'll make this court's motion on a reset. Okay. I think that's fair to both sides, right? Because again, we try to balance the lawyer with the pro se, and then the ultimate goal is to get y'all to, you know, is this debt valid? Is it out there? What are y'all gonna do with it? Okay. All right, parties to finalize discovery. And Rashay will mark that as court's continuance. That way it doesn't disadvantage either side. Mr. McMillan, do you have the information to reach Ms. Mello?
No, I do not.
We can either put y'all we could give you a breakout room and y'all can exchange information, or Mr. McMillan, you can call back to the courthouse and get her information directly from us, however you prefer.
We can do a breakout room and I can write.
I can also just provide a phone number in the chat if that's easier.
Well, yeah, I always worry about y'all reading it. You do it in the chat box. I worry about y'all reading out your phone number or email once we've gone live on YouTube.
I can put it in the chat because I did have a couple other cases, so I didn't want to be in there when those were called.
All right, Mr. McMillan, just stay with us. Ms. Mello's going to give you her email address and contact directly, and the chat's going to come straight to you. If for any reason you don't receive it, just raise your hand and we'll make sure you get it.
Great, thank you.
Then we'll mark that as a reset. We'll give everyone about 60 days. We'll let y'all exchange information here. But I just, I don't want y'all getting unintentionally signed up for some weird random list because happy viewers. I don't know. All right. Look.
Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna watch that guy's next case. I think he's trying to pull those it's not really sovereign citizen arguments, but they come across that way in a debt case where they start claiming that, the bank, that they don't owe money to the bank because the bank actually took out I can't even do it. But I feel like that's what he's trying to do. Because he didn't admit to the debt. He didn't admit to it at all. He doesn't seem to be wanting to work with them. He asked for essentially a detailed list of all of everything he spent for the entirety of the card. And I think they said how old it was. It was like 15 years old. All right, moving on to the next case. I don't want to take up too much time on that one. Okay, let's move on. Let's see. If this is Judge Boyd, it's the last clip.
All right.
Last clip. This one might irk you guys a little bit. It might. This guy. All right, let's go.
Moses Martinez. Oh, where did your attorney go? Oh, here. Okay. All righty. All right. Are there any applications?
No.
All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 008427 State versus Moses Martinez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Sadelman.
Defense.
Fernando Trevino for the accused.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
I have.
Did you review it with your client?
I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor, although there is one slight potential problem on State's Exhibit 1 in the offense report. This gentleman is listed as Lorenzo Rivas Martinez. As far as I am able to discern, Lorenzo Rivas Martinez and Moses Martinez are the same person. And I would request defense to stipulate to that.
We do.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. All right. Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes,
Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated third or more? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes,
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
yes,
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
no,
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
I'm sadly, pleading,
No, that's either yes or no.
no, I mean, yes,
All right. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. There's restitution of $2,000 to Desiree Ruth, DESIREE Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
That is the Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
none,
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
guilty,
State, any evidence?
Contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
Any
No
objections? All right, then state, do you wish to question the witness with regards to state's exhibits 1 and attachments as it relates to his name?
Mr. Martinez, in the offense report generated by the officer who investigated and arrested you, he identified you as Lorenzo Rivas Martinez.
yes.
Is that an alias
That
of
is my
some sort?
brother's name.
Your brother's name.
He passed away.
So the person identified by that officer in that offense report is in fact you.
Yes,
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, did you
I know he just said that was his brother's name. Did he just say his brother passed away? So he got pulled over, gave his brother's name to the officer, and his brother had passed away. That's karma right there. That's bad karma. That's terrible, man. And that's something that they could find really quickly. I would think they could. The second they looked up his brother's name, wouldn't it come up deceased? I don't know. I don't know what the police computers show. I don't know, but I would think that would come up.
review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Yeah, that was one of those things that I said out loud, and right when I said it out loud, it was like, no, probably not. That's probably not going to come up. Still, I would feel awful for doing that. Not just that. Could you imagine, like, what if he got away with it, and then a warrant or a ticket came in the mail to his surviving relative or surviving spouse that had his brother's name on it, said, "Hey, you need to show up to court for this DUI that you got last week." That'd be terrible.
All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
I would like to set this for, the only reason I asked for that is he needs to move his stuff out of his apartment before he goes to jail. If he gets a PSI done, then maybe he'll have time to do that.
I just want to spend a little more time with my family. So,
No, here's the issue. And the reason why the court doesn't want to do that is because this really isn't a DWI third, because you've been to prison before for DWI third.
I've never been.
Well, he's been on a felony probation for DWI the third, for DWI. It's 2007 CR 9965.
Mary Ramon dropped that. It was the same court.
Marijuana.
Mary Ramon.
No, even the state looked, there was no prison time.
Your Honor, as far as I am able to discern, Mr. Martin.
Erica, I actually have one of those. Yeah, no, I use it a lot for my laptop. Well, I used it a lot when I first started my channel, and I would stay up really late editing or trying to find court clips. But no, they work for their purpose. I couldn't give you a recommendation for what one I have because I have no idea. It was a cheap. I think it cost like $20. You know what? I think it was actually, that was a lie, because I think Heather got me that as a present. Yeah. So I have no idea how much it costs. So ask her next time she's around.
Martinez has never been incarcerated in the penitentiary.
Correct.
Well, what I have before me, whether he went to prison or not, I have him as having a previous DWI that was a felony, and it's 2007 CR 9965.
I remember, Mary Ramon dropped the 4 years probation I have because someone lied about me. Somebody accused me of me pulling a knife. I've never used knives in my life. Took martial arts,
No, I mean, I'm just saying he has a felony conviction for DWI third. Am I wrong in that?
No, the conviction's there, but.
Okay, so I don't.
But you asked if he went to prison.
Okay. Hasn't been to prison. All right, so the reason why I do not feel comfortable with him being on.
Yeah, but see, that's $20 American. That's like what, 130 Canadians, give or take $1 or $2. I'm just messing with you.
Bond for this is because in the stipulations, one, he's using his brother's name by his own testimony. That's why.
Your Honor, that was when I was like 18, 19 years old. It's been a long time. And I told him to take that name off, but they never take it off. I've never ever really said that. Only when I was young, it was like 21 or 19 years old.
All right, I'm not going to allow him to be on bond for.
And I'm being compliant with all the conditions. You had stated me, I go to AA, I go to pre-trial, I go to the healthcare services. I've been doing everything. And I've come up clean. I blow that monitor 3 times a day. And I'm just at home. I'll go to AA and that's all I do. I'm in there with my little dog, I told you, Tina.
And he already has over 5 months waiting to get out and stuff, Judge. That's why he wants to be able to move his stuff out. So he's got a lot of credit.
I have Canadian immunity. The military grade attack seagulls, they leave me alone. Because I'm dating a Canadian, right? That's why I'm allowed to make that joke. Heather let me. She gave me permission. Yeah, and by the way, the geese are terrifying.
Credit towards it already. He just needs to go in and basically parole out.
State.
Penitentiary isn't going anywhere anytime soon, Your Honor.
But my concern is for the community.
And I have my family there, Your Honor. So
I understand. I see your family. But my concern is that this involved an accident and there's restitution of $2,000. He's just pled guilty to it. So does anybody want to address that issue?
The issue that he just.
That,
pled guilty.
that he's pled to a DWI third.
Correct,
There was an accident
correct.
and now he's pleading guilty and there's a prison sentence. So does anybody want to address the court's concerns for public safety?
Well, the fact that he on his own has addressed his issue and accepted responsibility for it and is.
You know, right when I made that joke, that actually did go to my head, and I do apologize. It wasn't. The joke was, you know, it's something that Heather and I joke about. I shouldn't have done it on my channel. I do appreciate you, Duval. You know I do. And I know you have a sense of humor as well. So, but yeah, it was mildly inappropriate.
Been going to how many?
Well, AA
AA
I
meetings.
got about 90 already.
He's already got.
Where's the documentation?
That's what he was reaching for. He wants to do better. Your attorney, sir. Here. Thank you. Yeah. This is.
So go to.
Yeah, here he goes, Judge. He's been proactive so far, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry, State, have you had a chance to view these?
I have not, Your Honor.
Oh, he's coming around this way. Thank you.
I also have a sponsor in AA. His name is Kevin Valdez.
Mhm.
I even got the Alcoholic Anonymous book and been reading them. I'm taking full responsibility and I'm complying with everything the court has ordered me.
Okay.
Now I have 17 grandchildren now. Just want to fill the time for a while.
But can you name them all and give their date of birth?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, memory.
I have 14 great ones too.
But can you name them all and give their date of birth? Okay.
There's some signatures on the back as well.
Okay, what is this a picture of?
His neighbor attacked his dog and.
My
broke
neighbor
his
killed my
window.
dog. That's why I was going to my sister that night of the incident.
Mm-hmm.
And then
No, that was not the same day.
it was, and this is my little dog, so
But his
when I
neighbor's
played
been,
Tina.
Mm-hmm.
his neighbor's been arrested for burglarizing his house and hitting him with a pipe and.
Which none of this has anything to do with your DUI, which we found out is actually your fourth DUI, not your third. Why are you bringing this up? He's saying this is the reason why he was driving that night. Okay. Yeah, it's your fourth one, man. Your excuses ended after your first one. Just saying.
That occurred at another time than the DWI.
All right.
So.
State, do you have any objection to allowing him to continue on bond for PSI?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right. Probation, what's the earliest to expedite this?
Yes, I judge.
Mm-hmm. I would like it before the holidays, before Christmas.
Judge. I try to have it done by the 19th.
Duval's like, you thought that Canada joke would upset some people. I'm gonna double down on that one. You're awesome, Duval. That being said, this video is almost over, so I'm gonna let it play out. I just looked. There is nobody streaming right now, so I can't rate anybody. So it's gonna be a rare night where we're not gonna rate anybody. There's still 2 minutes left of this video, so I'm gonna check again in a minute or two. I know she's scheduled to go live. It doesn't tell me what time she starts, so I may just send us over there We might be in the waiting room for a little bit. I don't know. But if that's the only option, I'm going to do that. So you guys have a great night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you. Big and thank you again for the raid. Yeah, you guys are all awesome. So let's see. Tomorrow night's Members Monday. And I've got a lot on the calendar this week. There's a lot of things happening in court. Weirdly enough, nothing is tomorrow. I've got a full Tuesday and Wednesday calendar. I generally have one or two hearings that I'm looking for on, any given day. I've got nothing tomorrow. I've got 5 on Tuesday and 4 on Wednesday, which is kind of insane. So I'm going to be busy. Anyways, you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm just giving you a little heads up of what's coming this week. We do have Eric Martin's, his sentencing for the jury trial is this week. I don't remember what day it is. I don't have my calendar up, but I know that's this week. If it didn't get pushed back, I know he already filed the appeal. So I don't know if they're going to go through this with the sentencing or not. I'm going to assume probably not, but it is on the calendar as of now. So, but we'll see what happens with that. All right, that's it. Like I said, in about 2 minutes, if no one else is on, we're going to raid KCC, and yeah, we're just going to kind of hang out until she starts, I guess. But again, it doesn't tell me what time she starts, so it just says that she's coming up soon. All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, bye.
Okay.
I need the stipulations, documents reported like today.
Okay. All right, so we'll be back on December 19th.
December 19th it is, and if they're not ready, we will.
Oh, they'll be ready.
Okay.
And please include a child evaluation in that. All right, is there anything else?
That's it, Your Honor. I appreciate you, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're
Nothing
welcome.
further, Your Honor.
And thank you for your patience
From
and for
this-
dressing appropriately.
From the state, only an admonishment to Mr. Martinez not to go anywhere.
Yep, Mr. Martinez, don't go anywhere. Don't mess up.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Now, you might want to also tell them that you've already found him guilty, but if you do not show up, then she can change the sentence.
Take full responsibility.
All right. Okay.
All right, thank you. Continue doing what you're doing.
Moses Martinez, December 17th. Right?